How do you make Instagram stories that attract your ideal audience and turn viewers into customers? Let's talk about it. I'm Amanda Horvath, and I'm all about helping business owners and entrepreneurs leverage the power of video without breaking the bank or taking up tons of their time. So if you're looking to use video in your strategy this year, but you don't know where to start, then be sure to subscribe and click the bell to be notified every time I release a new video. There is truly no purpose in doing Instagram stories if you are doing it out of pure obligation. The goal of this video is to remove the confusion associated with it so that you can actually figure out how to enjoy it. Because ultimately, we want to watch people that enjoy what they're doing and not people that are doing it out of obligation. They will unfollow you if you're doing that. Before we dive in, go ahead and drop your Instagram handle in the comment section below. That way I can support you on this journey and you can connect with other business owners that are just getting started in Instagram stories as well. Tip 1, share your day. Before I got into the flow of Insta stories, I was kind of nervous about what to post because it felt completely irrelevant to a lot of people. When I was using Snapchat, which is very similar to Insta stories, I felt like I could just send a video to a friend and I could be my goofy self or whatever. But now what I've realized is that Insta stories is just an opportunity to attract other people that like who you are. So here's what I discovered. Your mediocrity is interesting to someone. When you're first starting, I highly suggest just starting to share your day. You don't need to overthink this. So what's your morning look like? Do you meditate first thing in the morning? Or do you wake up, you take pre-workout and go for a run? Do you juice celery? Or do you just grab a protein shake and go? Or do you make an amazing elaborate breakfast? When you do start your day, how are you organizing your day? Do you use a bullet journal, a Google Calendar? Hopefully you're starting to get an idea of the variety of different ways that we all approach our day. If you just start sharing these day-to-day tasks, then you're going to quickly discover that what is ordinary to you is a complete aha for someone else. Or it's just an opportunity to connect. Remember, the goal is to be authentic and real. So for right now, do not worry about how this is going to bring in business or how it relates back to your business. You are your business. And very quickly, you're going to realize that the more people get to know who you are personally, the more interested they're going to become in how you make money. Do you see how this works? Once this happens, you'll organically sell your services in a way that naturally aligns with their needs. Tip 2, tell a story. A story has a beginning, middle, and end. The best way to approach Instagram stories is to think of it as a tool to share your life and your experience with either a family member or a friend that lives in another state. You're not just going to send them a random photo with absolutely no context. You would introduce why you are sending that photo to begin with. You should approach Instagram stories in the same way. The goal right now is just to get people to like you personally. And once they do, they'll be more willing to trust your products and services. Tip 3, use a variety of shots. Whatever you do, please, please, please do not post back-to-back images on your story. That is super boring and you can just leave that for the feed. The reason that Instagram stories is exciting is because you get the behind-the-scenes look, the in-the-moment opportunities to talk with your audience. Having said that, it's also super boring if you are just doing a ton of face-to-camera videos. So you want to mix up and have a variety of different shots. So maybe you do one face to camera, maybe you do the next one where you're using the back of the camera and showing your environment. Maybe you mix in a boomerang in there, or you could film a time lapse on the camera app of your phone and mix that in there. There's tons of different options for how you can make your stories a lot more interesting. This psychologically attracts new customers or new people watching your stories because when they're clicking through, they're seeing a variety of images instead of just seeing face to face. The second that you see too many face to camera stories, swipe. Like no one wants to see that. So get away from that as much as possible and just mix in a variety of shots. Tip 4, focus on pacing. You only have 15 seconds for each story segment. Now, this might sound like a short amount of time, but you can actually accomplish a lot within this time. So test yourself to really try to get a lot within that. The faster you talk, the more engaging you make it. Say you start talking to the camera and in the middle of it, you double tap the screen, which flips the camera around. Then you're adding 2 different elements to that one 15-second chunk. Or you might be at a party and say you start with just yourself, then you go over to a friend and now your friend's in it with you, or you're at an event or whatever it is. So just try to make the most of those 15 seconds. The more Instagram stories you watch, the more you're going to start to realize what is possible with Instagram stories. If you want, you can definitely follow me because I'm always keeping pacing in mind. Tip 5, add text and stickers. Instagram does a really good job of giving you different text options, GIFs, polls, questions, and other things that you can add on your image. This can make an Instagram video look so much more interesting than it did when it doesn't have it. So I would highly recommend using these features. I love mixing different text together, or maybe adding a GIF about, say, like I'm talking about something really exciting, then I'll type in excited in the GIFs section, and then I'll find a little girl or something that's like really excited, and it kind of reinforces what I'm talking about in my video. And then if I want to engage my audience, maybe I'll ask a question to where they can reply, or a poll or something like that to really take it to the next level. Another great way to use the text is to actually transcribe the videos of what you're saying. That way, if someone is listening with no sound, then they can still get the essence of what you're saying, or if they don't want to watch the full video of you talking, they can quickly get what you're saying, skip to the next one, and still have context for moving forward in the story. Once again, pay attention to text across different videos that you see, and you might come up with a lot of different ideas for how you can incorporate text in your videos. Tip 6, post throughout the day. Each time that you post on Insta Stories, you are going to be shot up in the algorithm, and your circle is going to be close to the front of all of the stories. That means that more people are going to see your stories. So you want to post several times throughout the day. I recommend posting 3 videos at one time. That way you're not that person that only has one random blurb at any stage up on their Insta story. That's kind of like sending a random photo to your friend with no context. Plus, it just helps to create a more full story with a beginning, middle, and end. You'll see 3. Beginning, middle, and end. Generally speaking, I would not recommend posting more than 7 to 10 posts in one day. That's just because the bars at the top start to get really small and it starts to overwhelm your audience. Whenever people see this, they're more likely to just skip the story entirely because, let's be real, no one wants to watch just half of a story, and if you don't think you have time to watch the full thing, even though they might sit there and watch hundreds of stories after yours, they're still going to skip. So just do yourself a favor and do only 7 to 10. This means that you're likely posting 2 to 3 times in a day with those 3 stories each time. I highly recommend at the end of the day just going through and watching your story to see what you liked and what you didn't like about that story and how it flows. It's also just kind of a fun and reminiscent thing of your day. None of these tips matter if you don't actually start doing Insta Stories. So we are going to start right now. If you are watching this on your phone, go ahead and take a screenshot, and then you can share that image out on your Insta Stories. And then right afterwards, then just do a video of you talking about one takeaway from this video. If you tag me at AHVisions, then I will repost it on my story and you can get exposed to a new audience. You see how this works? As always, if you found value in this video, be sure to click like and share it with your entrepreneurial friends, and I'll see you in the next video.